Hi everybody, my name is Albert Tan. If you can hear me, please type in the chat box here in the right hand side, saying that you can hear me. Okay, I think you can hear me guys, right? Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, but nobody answers whether they can hear us or not. So, never mind. I think it should be live. So let's start. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depend on where you from. My name is Albert Tan. I am the founder of downloadsilo.com, and most of you are here because you are registering from this Download Silo Facebook group. So, Download Silo is a website where we introduce a lot of lifetime deals, promotion deals on all kind of digital marketing tools. So today I would like to what I call introduce to you this new website which actually specialize in low code website builder. We call it TeleportHQ. So without further ado, I will actually start the introduction first, and let me introduce a few guys in the screen here. You can see them, and the founder of Teleport is actually Paul, and Paul is a very passionate technologist who has spent many years, 25 years working with web technologies and SaaS as a developer, manager, and investor. So he has co-founded this TeleportHQ.io in 2017. And Dimitri is a data scientist from Teleport, and he's a very talented engineer, and he has been with Teleport for 3 years. So he worked as a lead data scientist. And Virat is actually a developer in Teleport HQ, and he's a full stack developer and has been with Teleport for the last 2 years. So without further ado, I would like to get Paul, the founder, to tell us what is Teleport HQ and why do we need it. So please, Paul, your stage now.
Okay, thank you for the introduction, Albert. Hi everyone, nice to see you here. So my name is Paul. I'm the co-founder of Teleport. Teleport is a low-code platform, and it's meant to focus only on the front-end part of any application and on collaboration between a lot of types of people, not only developers or designers, but also content creators, marketers, product managers, and obviously customers who at the end should always give you their feedback so that we can integrate what they want. So it's an interesting position that we took. I don't know if all of you had the chance to already create an account on the platform. If not, maybe you'll do it after the presentation that my colleague and friend Dimitri will do. There are some few interesting things to say about Teleport. One is that in the background, and I think this is unique, everything is open source. The code generators, which are powering the platform, are open source. So if you are a developer, you might want to go and visit our GitHub account and see how this is working. And we're using an internal representation that's basically a fancy name for a JSON file in which we're storing all the data of your website. And this is a file that you can read and that you can transform yourself, or like you can re-inject in the platform. So it gives you a lot of options. So it's kind of professionally oriented. I think probably I will let Dimitri start immediately with the demo, and then I will add some details about the platform at the end that I find remarkable. But I think it would be great for everyone to have a bit of context of what the platform is capable of. So Dimitri, if Albert is okay, I think you should take the stage.
Okay, thanks, Paul. And welcome everybody for this webinar. So what we are trying to do today to demonstrate the capabilities of the platform is to reproduce part of the Apple landing page. We will go, not reproduce all of this because in this short time we cannot do everything. Go with a navbar, a few headings, the footer, and make a second page here where we will just have this header and reuse as component the navbar and the footer. So first, I would like to make a short tour of the user interface that we have here. I already have a project which is set up with a few stuff inside. That's why we start from here. Normally, you may start from the dashboard, where this is what you see when you are first logging in, and you can see all of your projects. You can clone, duplicate. You can see that those were shared to me by other people. So this is the one we are in here, and we can just start by going in this menu to the project setting, where we can see the name of a project that we can change, the subdomain. Like for example, if I put a 2 here, I will have a new subdomain because I did it once already, of course. Save it, take half a second. Integration, so Vercel token, GitHub token, custom font, custom code, and social, where we can have a few more options. Back to the design editor. You can see undo, redo, zooming. On the top left, we have an invite. I already have Vlad, my colleague, which is already invited here and will be able to help. We can preview our code, toggle the code. For the moment, I have nothing, so it's very empty. Download the code and publish it. I will go more in detail into those functionalities at the end. On the right, we can see the different. There is 3 tabs here where we can see the different building block elements. So I can drag and drop them or use a keyboard shortcut. So with the letter C, I have this little tool on the top where you can see what I'm typing. I will try to say them when I'm using them. So with the letter I, I will add a heading, an image with the letter I, and some text and link. Okay. So you can drag and drop them. Generally, I just use the keyboard shortcut. Next, in the File tab, we have the different pages and components of our project, and as well as the preview, which is empty for now. The side note, here the footer, let's open it, is already done because we have a short time and we want to have something that looks like a final design at the end. We took a shortcut and made it before. So I will just be able to drag and drop it. But let's say that Vlad was doing it while I was working on the rest, and there is 2 persons in half an hour doing the website. And finally, we have our assets where we can see that I already uploaded all of the image that I took from the original website. We can go on the Unsplash API to get more, as well as getting some icons. So here I will just write Apple and get the Apple logo that I will need, obviously. In the middle, we have the blank canvas where we will work with a different resolution we will use to make our design responsive. And on the right, we have the inspector with visual styling and more advanced properties where we can really set up in detail everything we want. We can also have access on the right to some shortcuts. I know some of them. I will maybe need to go back and see a few more. Access to our Discord community where we are chatting, and this is where you are able to have some support. You can also ask for support via intercom here, where Paul will answer in a few minutes, 24/7. Go away. Okay, this is the tool for the platform, and one last thing that we have is the design token. Or again, I already populated them with the different colors, gray colors, and some blue colors that we will need. Some typographies. So I remove 1 or 2, and I will add them on the fly to show you how it's done. And finally, the layout, where I will need one or two sizing here and there. So let's get that's done for this tour, and let's get started. I will start. Here come by doing this navbar. So it's 44 pixels, and the color is 1D. one F. So to do so, I will add one row with a little R, make the height to 44 pixels, and the background color to 1D, this one. Okay, inside this, I will center it, make a layout so it's centered like this. Make another container inside with, again, the letter R, height of 100%, width of 100%, and here I can go a bit more and make a max width of 148. This is one of the design tokens that I just showed previously. In addition, I will add some padding around it to make it a bit nicer. Here it goes. So this is the beginning of our navbar. What we will add inside, if we look at this, we will not need to add some icon and some text. So let's go. Oh, nice. So here it is a bit hidden, but there is this shortcut here, view, grayscale structure mode, so Control-Shift-S. And this one is quite useful because I go into wireframe mode and I can much better see the structure, because I had a black background and a black icon on the black background was not exactly useful. So let me go in the tree view. So I can observe this one. I try to get this one always open. It makes me see what I'm doing a bit better. So this one will go here. We will also add a magnifier. So let's go magnifier. And suitcase. So align center and space between. I will then go change the color, something else. So the color is F5, and the color F5. If I go out of the wireframe view.
And now Dimitri used our multi-select feature. So basically, if you keep Shift pressed and you click on the elements, you select multiple of them.
Yes. So I will keep going, and I need to add some text a bit more. So similarly, yeah, this text arrived, but it was in the wrong color. And I will move it further on the right. So this is to write what was right in Mac. I need to give him the good typography. So this is where I will be using one of my design tokens. So link navbar, it will be a bit smaller. And now that it's done, I can go and duplicate them one more. iPhone. So I can move from one to another with just keyboard without using the mouse. Escape, tab, enter. Tab, enter. Watch TV. Music. Yeah, I know them. Support. Okay, we now have a navbar. I think that's what I wanted. We will address two stuff later on, which are states, where we will change when we will hover, as well as responsiveness. But for now, I want as much as possible in the page to be able to switch to this. So the next item that the next section that we will work on is this one with this background image and a few text. So it is 692 pixels. So we add a new container, make it 692, and add a background image. Here I can go, and you will see that it's bringing me here, and I can put it here, position, centered, and it's here. Inside this container, we will add a new container. It's right on the left, so this one must be centered. Perfect. And here we see that this is this one. So this, I need to put all the content of this div. So we have two heading, one div with two paragraphs, and another div with two links inside. Let's go and make them directly. Heading with H, heading with H. Okay, you need to be like this. Okay. Container column. Go in the tree view to see a bit better what I'm doing. Okay. A container here. This container contains two text. And this, we go back to this one, And this container contains also to text, but this container is oriented in row. Okay. Now, before going into styling, I will put the content. I know it may not be the correct way to do it, but that will work this way. iPhone 12. This one, I'll just copy paste from the DOM to get all the information I need from the HTML directly. This one. And this one, I think I can write them directly. And buy. Okay. Now let's go a bit more. So we want them centered with 100%. Not sure that's this one, but this container with 100% and centered. Okay. And this last container 1% centered. Okay. And I think that's it. Now let's go to add some padding. The main div has a padding of 55. So this one, padding 55 there. And I will go one step at a time with each of them. This heading has nothing. This one has a margin of 6. Margin of 6. This div margin of 14. This paragraph margin of 7. This one nothing. This one 14. And then -4, 35. Okay. Let's go. Margin 14. Margin 7. Margin 14. Margin -4. Margin 35. Okay, they are here. Now I will move to typography. These ones are already ready, so H2, H3. Those two multi-select them, and I link header. Okay, and those two were not done. So that's what I was saying was when I will add them on the fly. This is this paragraph. Let's go and take a look a bit. Come here, would you? Oh, and I will need the color, but we'll do it afterwards. So the font size is 17. To add it, I will go into the design token, add the paragraph, write my 17 pixel. Okay, and now when I will select those two elements, the paragraph is here, and I can set it. Now onto the color. Let's make it directly color 867. The H2 1D and the link finally 067. So those two text color this, those two text color this, and those two text color. And I'm done with this section. It looks okay. Yep, that's almost what I want to do. Now, we see that the next section is very, very similar. We could use component. Unfortunately, we cannot in this case because I need to change the color, the font color of those two headings. So I will just duplicate it. Come here, 8 with Control D, and I will change the background image to this one. Here goes. Those two colors will become F5 if I recall. And let's change a bit the text. Okay. And the price I just need. Where am I? Yeah. Okay. That's done. And finally, as I said, I already have the footer which is ready. What is this label here? I think that's something Vlad did. I can just go and drop it at the end, but we'll do it like this. Okay. And that's it. I have something that starts to look like a page. Let's preview it rapidly and see how it looks like. So we have a navbar, 2 sections, and a footer. And it took me 15 minutes. Now, there's a few steps that we want to add. Firstly, we want to add a second page to show to you how the components are working. So to do so, I will go new page here, call it Mac, and drop my, yeah, okay, I made something. I will make this page a component. And then I will be able to, yeah, okay, that's this one. I rename it to Navbar, and if I go into the Mac, I can just drag my Navbar. I will just take this this one and modify it slightly, and drag my footer. Okay, and the page is not aligned like this. Yeah, perfect. Now, this one, what I want to do is to reproduce what I have on this page slightly. So it's just to, I will just remove the background image, right? iMac, and we will call it today. iMac, background image minus. And I will add, go inside this container here. If I add an image, perfect. If I double click, I arrive here, and I can add this one. And this one, I will ask it to be, well, let's say 600 pixels. And that's it. We have a second page. To link it, what I will do is to go in my navbar here. I click here, and we go to the home page, and this one, we go to the home page. Okay, I think, let's take a look. So this one was done already, and if I click here now, I arrive to my new page. And if I click home, I arrive here. So we do this second page mostly to demonstrate how the components are working and to make it live. Making them with a navbar is not most used. There is other usage, but we will not be able to cover them in this session. Okay, now there is 2 more things that I want to show you: responsiveness and the state. So let's start with the responsiveness. What we can see that if I go to a smaller resolution, it starts to get ugly. And while if we were looking at the original web page, you can see that around 700 something here, the background image are changing, and the navbar is collapsing to just three icons. So that's what I will try to do. To do so, I just need, so I went and selected this new breakpoint here, which means that everything below this dimension will change. So this background image here, where is it? Will be changed to this. This one will be changed to, trying to find it, this one. Okay, in the Mac page, I will do it slightly differently. I will have, can I drag and drop you? Yes. And I will make you, 300 pixels will do. Oh, and in addition, the height here will be 100%. But what I will do is that I will use the visibility toggle here. So at 767, I do not want this one to appear. It would be better if you can view the tree view here. Yes, so this image firstly is not at a good position. Okay, they are here. So at 667, this image is not does not appear, and at 1200, I want this image to be invisible. Now, what's happening if I collapse? Yes, almost. Here it goes, and then this image should become visible. Okay, now if I go and below, and it's visible or not. Okay. And if we go to the home page, similarly, if we go below, the background image change. We have one last that we want to tackle, which is in the navbar. Navbar, we will use this. We will use the same visibility toggling. So to do so, we will duplicate this this container. The second one at 1200 will not be visible, and at 767 it will become visible, and it's the first one that will become invisible. Okay. Now if I go here, we don't see anything yet. But what I will do is that I will remove all of, so I can select them all in the second one, and like this. I will change this one to, I need this hamburger menu. Burger menu. Okay, we'll reload them later. Unfortunately, it's not a good color, so F5, F5. Let's make it here. And we don't have the magnifier anymore. And this one, if we move in the tree view, that would be easier to move them. The icon is on the right. And what's happening here is that if I go like this, yes, before I'm switching from one of the containers to the other. All good. I may have lost some of the link, but I don't think it's important. Let's take a look live to see how it looks. Here it goes. Let me open this picture view so I can toggle between, I can change the size easily. And we can see that when I'm going smaller, it's all becoming responsive. Similarly, for this page, and it's working. I'm changing the image. I'm using a second one. Okay, now the last thing I want to cover are the states. So to do so, there is two things. If we look at the original web page, when we are hovering over those links, there is an underline coming, and when we are hovering over those links above, there is the color is changing. So that's what we will try to do. We'll start with the navbar, and in this container, if I take this this icon and I click on the state in the inspector on the right, click on hover, and I will change the color to something different. Okay, so now I can copy it, and I have right click, I can paste the style and paste the style. I need to do it in 2 times, and because icon and text will not take it, but similarly hover. So when it will be hover, we can go and change. I can actually select all of them and paste the style like this, and they will all take it normally. Now on to the home page. On this one, it's a bit different, but it's very similar. We click on the hover, so we define the hover state. We go in the advanced property, decoration, text decoration, underline. So when it's hovering, it will be underlined. Let's copy it. Paste the style, Control Alt V, should be able to do it. Let's try with Control Alt V. Here, yes, the state hover appears. I need to do it in 2 times because they do not have the same margin for the buy button, unfortunately. So it will paste the margin also. So for hover, we go here, decoration. and underline. And C. We go in this one. Control Alt V. Control Alt V. Okay. Okay. This is for the hover state. Let's preview it and see if I did not mess up too much. Yes, when I'm hovering, it's changing colors. That works for those links. And when I'm hovering, those links also the underlying is appearing. Okay, I think this is as much as I wanted to show as demonstration of the design. There is a few more functionalities of the platform that I can show you. So there you saw that you may have some Vlad, which is appearing here and there, adding stuff. In the meantime, he added this label as a component to make more in the background and make the website a bit more finished. So we can invite more collaborators that will have all access and be able to collaborate in real time with you. So I was just seeing him appearing here and there, but he was working and doing stuff. We can preview it. You saw me using this functionality a lot. I will start by just update the website now because it can take a few seconds. You can toggle the code. Now let's look a little bit. Paul mentioned a bit earlier about code generators. What we have in the background here is UIDL. It's a big JSON which contains all information about the design. It's not meant to be read by human, but by machine, and in particular by Teleport code generator that we have here. And this piece of software, which is open source on GitHub Live, as you can see, will pass this UIDL and generate the code into whichever code JavaScript flavor you want. So React, Preact stances. They are working to add more, and so this remove quite some work, and it's a bottleneck. We go there, and we just have we can just focus on the code afterward. So now that we have the code, we can see that the code was deployed already. So the deploy worked. We can download it directly as a zip. We can so select in which JavaScript flavor we want. We can continue at consent box. Let's go here. It will open it in a second. And continue on another platform. We can keep editing the code and visualize what looks how the design looks like here. So it's appearing here. If I go here, we can see that it's more or less working. Yeah, I still have a few mistakes. Let me untoggle the code, and finally, you can download that zip to host it yourself, or you can use our publishing or hosting capabilities, which are integrated in the platform. And here I can see these links that I will put immediately in the chat. Here, you can go and take a look. And yeah, in about half an hour, I managed to do this. Let me see if it's working more or less. Yes, it is responsive. I have my second page also responsive. The hover are working. Here. So this is what I wanted to show you today. We managed to make a small minimalist web page in a short time. We could show how to use components, how to create multiple pages, how to use states to give the design a bit more live, let's say, how to make the design responsive. I said it already, and yeah, that's I really enjoy. I really hope that you will enjoy the product and see. And look forward to see what you will do with this. And on those words, I will stop talking and give the place to the Q&A. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Dimitri. I didn't know that you can do that. To maybe what they call it, duplicate. This Apple website. So in such a short time. So it's amazing. So maybe now we should let the audience to ask the question, and maybe Paul, you or Vila would like to answer them. Look at the right hand side, or the chat box there. So there are some questions you guys have already answered. Some have not answered yet. So Paul.
Yes, I'm reading I'm reading the questions. So I'm responding now to TNT Systems. No, there are no specific how would I say, browser requirements. Any modern browser will work. So if you have Chrome or Firefox or the latest versions of Internet Explorer, should work really well. Sometimes if you're using Brave, which has some eventually limitations, you might have some issues, but depends on what plugins you have. But normally there's no limitation. What we recommend is that you have a screen that is at least 1,300 pixels wide. If it's more, it's obviously more comfortable. But we know that in order to see the two sidebars and have a comfortable zone for working, you need at least 1,300 pixels as the screen size. We have seen users doing with less, but they're really courageous. Like we admire them. They're really nice. I'm going to answer to Hafiz Rahman. I hope I say the name correctly. So Hafiz, in order to be able to invite your fellow friends into the platform, if you Dimitri, can you go please in the dashboard? You see here that in the top right corner you have a get lifetime access for free. Of course, there will be a selection of 5 persons between today's audience that will get one in any case, and that's going to be done by Albert at the end of the webinar. But if you're not selected for this distribution, everyone here can get a lifetime access for free by creating an account in the platform, and then by using this box. Can you click, Dimitri, please? And you just share a link wherever you want on email, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And we are going to track all the users that are creating an account from your invitation. And as soon as you have 10, in this pop-up, you'll have a message that will tell you that the plan is set.
Yeah, actually, I have shared this, I think, a month or so ago. So I think a few guys in the group actually got the LTD, including myself.
Yeah, so sometimes I think we have maybe an issue with the email that sends the confirmation. But if there is any doubt, you can just write to us on our support channels. That can be the Discord community or through Intercom on our website, and we'll check your email and we'll answer in a couple of hours. So there should be no issues with that. So let me go down. Yes. This is for L. I don't know who L is, but how much storage space does the different plan allow? For now, we haven't set limits in this beta. We will set limits once we go free. We're thinking of 1 gigabyte, but this is going to be decided in August. I would be interested to know what are your actual needs. This is something that we want to measure. So if you can give us a hint, I would really appreciate that. Sandeep is asking, will there be any limitations for uploading files? Yes, there will be. So we are not allowing people to upload any kind of files. Right now, for example, we do not allow you to download Excel files or anything that isn't a web asset, such as an image or even PDFs. However, in August, we're going to open this spectrum to PDF files, to video files, to anything that is going to be basically required by the community, but is not a security threat for the users. We want to make sure that people are not using our platform to upload malicious files that they would then try to inject in the users that they will serve. Yes, so yes, the hosting. So this is Sujit Biswas. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing not very well the names. You'll forgive me. Yes, so we have by default, when you will have a plan with Teleport, the hosting will be provided for you. As you have seen in the demo done by Dimitri, when you click on publish, if you can click on the button publish, Dimitri, please. If you're okay, yes, you see that there are two options right now. One option is TeleportHQ hosting, and this is just embedded into the platform. In the background, we're using Vercel. I'm going to type here the link. You can look. Vercel is one of the most advanced hosting platforms in the world as we speak. And Vercel has a specificity, which is that if you are publishing with us, we are pushing your website directly into a CDN. This means the loading time is blazing fast. You can beat that. It's the fastest that you can get. So in the background, you can take a look at it. It is hosted by Vercel, and Vercel actually is using in the background Google Cloud and AWS cloud capabilities. Okay. Yes. Once we are going to start the paying plans, which are going to be in September, which is in basically 2 months from now, you will have an option in which you will be able to set your own custom domain for each of your projects. So you'll just have to put a small setting information into the DNS configuration of your domain. And as soon as you do that, and you set your domain on our side, your domain will be used in order to deliver the website instead of our own URLs. So this is a response for Gusharan. We are not 100% sure, but initially we thought of unlimited domains. Probably this is not going to be unlimited, so to avoid abuses. But we're going to have for each plan a given amount of traffic included. I think we're probably a gigabyte or something like that. If you exceed the traffic a month or two, nothing will happen. If you systematically exceed that traffic, then we're going to bill you for extra traffic. And with 1 gigabyte, you can already do a lot in terms of traffic. So if you have a bigger website, then you can just talk to us. We're trying to adapt to the needs of our customers. So let me go back to the next one. Yes, there's no link for the deal. If you want to have this lifetime deal, the only thing you need to do is to create an account on the platform. Right now, it is free, and you should just invite 10 of your friends or colleagues to join, and that will automatically qualify you to get the lifetime deal in the background.
Or you win it today.
Sorry?
Or you win it today, We have 5 prices of LTD.
Yes, absolutely. So if this is the reason I'm saying, don't be upset if you don't get the 5 prices directly from Albert today. You can still have them by joining the platform and send referrals. So now I'm responding to Mohandas. Hi, sir. TeleportHQ is innovative. Please tell me a little bit about the version management. Yeah, very good question. So in the free plan today, there is no version management. However, you can already save at any moment in time your code towards your GitHub repo. So this is what you already can do today. We, however, have plans to go a bit farther and offer in the paid plan a possibility for snapshots. So basically, is like GitHub, but or version management without the hassle of being a developer. We're looking at different ways of doing that. We're discussing with our customers about how they would prefer to have it done. And what you might want to know is that in 2 months from now, we will release a completely new feature, which is the dev mode or the code mode of the platform, in which you as a developer, if you are a developer, you'll be able to directly code the data fetching, states, everything that you would like from the app. So that would mean that, for example, Dimitri or your colleague who's a designer can build everything in the platform in the way you have seen it done today. But you as a developer will be able to just inject in those components, which will be React components to get started, all the code that you need to get your blog posts connect to a CMS backend, like to headless CMS. And this is going to come with some more advanced version management capabilities. Who is your current market competitor? Yes. No, it's a very, very good question. Thank you for asking it. What we want to do is, and I said it at the beginning, is to unify the work of any person that is part of the process of building a digital product. And it's not only about developers or designers, but it's, as I mentioned before, marketers, content providers, customers, stakeholders. Everyone should be able to look at the product at any moment in time and see how it looks like, how it evolves, give feedback. So if I would compare it to WordPress, WordPress is basically a blog and a content-oriented platform. Teleport is not limited to that. Right now, what you have seen is oriented towards building purely static websites. But in 2 months from now, you will be able to build like fully fledged apps. Like if you will have all the capabilities of React under the hood, and you can like really build crazy apps that have data fetching, stats, login mechanisms, everything you want. And this is qualifying Teleport for becoming what we call in the industry a low-code platform. And that's what we want to achieve is a low-code platform that is accessible for people that do not have development skills. They can still be part of the process and build, design the interface, think of like maybe even high fidelity prototyping if you wish, while a developer in the team, or maybe developers from the platform, that's also something we want to do. Developers from the platform can eventually help you to build a feature, like get this form stored in that backend, or fetch some data from a server, or like retrieve your tweets and things like that. And so we're definitely not comparing ourselves to WordPress. So it is a low-code platform, and I'm trying to think of the closest competitors. I think some people are comparing us to Webflow, but that's not very accurate either, because Webflow, first of all, is a very advanced platform, so it would be hard to compete with them. But we decided to never take care of the backend. We want to be the best in the world at building the front end part of your app, and the backend, the way you store data or you fetch data, should be done by other specialized platform. So you might say it's a website static builder today, but it definitely goes towards an app builder. So it was a long answer because it's not a straight answer, but I hope it was useful.
Paul, I have a question. I think many of us, the audience are actually agency owners. How they can use this, Teleport website builder in their agency?
Yeah, so we have a very interesting case today. I think normally an agency that is serving its customer is going through quite always the same process, which is getting the requirements from a customer, eventually doing low-level mock-ups of what the site will look like. Then there's a design phase. Then you eventually do the high-fidelity prototype. And when the customer says it's good, please go for it, then you integrate it into the platform. So this flow is something that we take care extremely, extremely well today. There's one thing I would like to share with you. Vlad, can you share your screen, please, with our section capability that is going to come? I think Mark is going to really love it.
Of course. So this is a sneak peek. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
This is a sneak peek of something that's currently in development. So Dimitri showed you how you could redo the Apple site. We will be adding this feature here, where you would have already predefined sections. And like all the other elements that we have, you can just drag and drop them, and you start building your page with it.
Yeah, and it is worth mentioning while Vlad is adding some sections that these sections are already responsive and ready to be used. So basically, what we want to do is like to build a very big library of elements that you can really drag and drop and customize very easily, and that should be that should shorten your life cycle of the project a lot. At the beginning, you only have these sections which are coming from our side, but what we want to do for the pro plans is so that you can build your own sections, and then you can just take them out of your own libraries, and like you could, like in 5 minutes for your next customer, you could reuse all the templates of the sections that you've built in the past, and eventually just adapt the design tokens to make it look nice. So this should win you like 5x to 10x the time that you were doing before. So that's one of the features we're looking for. And yeah, the fact that, for example, you wouldn't have to think about responsiveness, I think is a fantastic value added. So yeah, this is one. I hope I answered the question you asked, Albert.
Sure. I mean, because I mean, from my interaction, most of the audience they have their own agency, or they have some customers who like to build website through them.
I would like to answer Hafiz Rahman. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but you asked about video tutorials and where can you start learning. You could start from, we have a documentation page on our website that shows you the basics of the studio. But I would advise to join our Discord community. That is where you will find us. If you have questions, we're posting their videos with how you can do things, how you can achieve things, various things in the studio. And we also host events from time to time. And
Can
of
you
course,
post the Discord link? Sorry.
if you join the platform, I'll post the Discord link as well on our chat. But if you make an account, you'll see that you have links in the platform to join the community.
Yes, I know. I already joined.
But we are really eager to hear you out there, and if you write, you'll get an answer soon. This is what I wanted to pass along.
We also have some tutorial video which are a bit outdated that I put the link in the chat. It's a playlist with 8 tutorial video which are, there's new one in the making to update
you as Dimitri mentioned, in like a few weeks, we're going to have a completely new set of video tutorials that we will pass you through all the capabilities of the platform. So it's 3 or 4 weeks away from that. So I'm answering to Larry. Yeah, thank you for what you said. Very interesting solution in a builder competitive environment. Indeed, it is really competitive. So if you know a bit the platforms around, they all have some amazing features. But yeah, this one that actually I think you're showing, Vlad, this is one that is going to make a huge difference because you will be able to have this dev mode that I mentioned before, and you can literally start to write your own code. And it is worth mentioning that for this time, in the right side of the window, while you see my colleague Vlad writing, the code is really rendered in its final state. So it's going to open unbelievable capabilities. So we're going to share some videos soon with some demos in a few weeks. But it's extremely exciting, and that's really unique. I think so far no platform has ever managed to really bind together the design experience that you'll have in design mode, which you just see right now happening with on the screen with Vlad, and code mode. And literally, if your team is distributed and your designers are wherever and they just make a change on a component or in like a design token, you as a developer, you'll see that happening directly into your live website here on the right side. So it's quite it's going to be quite interesting. And another remarkable thing I was discussing with Albert before is that in the background, we are the only company today that has open sourced its code generator. So it's not black magic. You will never get stuck. You can even, like, if you want, programmatically start to build your own interfaces and inject them into the platform. So if you have enterprise cases, like, you can really ship 100 websites programmatically. And that's also something that we are working on, and I think it's quite interesting. And another thing, I don't know if you have this under the hood, but we are adding CSS support and Tailwind CSS support as well. And I'm answering to Hafiz. Yes, we will have Tailwind CSS templates out of the box too. About sales.
Paul, can I interrupt a bit?
Sure.
I think I should do the what I call lucky draw first. After that, we can come back, to continue the question.
Okay, sounds so good. Yeah.
Okay. Can you let me share my screen?
Sure.
Okay, hey guys, we have I think we have about 20 over attendees, about 24. So I put all your names here in this Pickle Wheel. It's a random name generator, or they call it a selector. So I will spin 5 times, and the person who selected will win the LTD. If you win it, please send me a PM or email, and we will help you to get the LTD code, what they call activated by this teleport team. So please watch now. I will spin the first time, and may the best people win. So let me spin the first one. Oh, L. I'm actually surprised who is L, because I mean, some people are very private and they do not show their full name. They just show them an alphabet. Okay. So congratulations. So let's have the choice and do a second spin. Okay, let me spin the second time. Okay, the second winner is Green Lovino. Congratulations. So let's hide the choice and we spin the third time. Can someone type the name of the winner in the chat box so that we can get it recorded?
Yep.
Okay, the third winner is Gerald. Congratulations. Let's do the fourth one. It's really suspense, it goes slow and go fast.
Yes, I would like to ask the winners to send me their emails after this session, so that we can add them into the platform. So they should give us the emails that they have in the platform.
But they must open an account first, huh?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
congratulations, Nam. Nam, you're very lucky, every time you win. Okay, so we have 4 people already. So this is the last spin. So stay tuned. Okay, Sandeep, congratulations. So that's it. So let me stop sharing the screen, and we allow a few more questions. Then we will recap and then end the webinar. Thank you. Paul, you can share your screen now.
Yes, will do. Here's my screen. Yes, I was reading the. Wait, this is not what we want. Yeah, I wanted to share this with you, but before that, I wanted to answer one more question about the SEO. It's Ben Dallas who asked that. Yes, by default, the platform is extremely performant in terms of loading time. If you are using semantic tags, I think that's something we should be able to show. Let me go into the platform. I'm going to take this element. You will see that when I'm clicking on an element here, I can choose what type of heading it is. I can be extremely precise in terms of SEO. So the recommendation that we would have is that once you finished working, you just publish, then you use LightScore directly embedded into Chrome, and you'll check the things that you can optimize. But by default, a lot of things are done for you in the platform. Images are optimized, so you should start with a quite good score from directly after finishing the work. We can discuss more about that if you want in our Discord channel. I don't wanna extend this answer, but we can go deeper in our Discord channel if you wish. And maybe before closing, Albert, if you would allow me, I would like to show you something that we just released. Is not even yet public. It's sort of a silent release. It is our Figma Design to Code plugin, and I will show you shortly how this is working. So if you guys are familiar with Figma, I think you're going to really enjoy this. We have a template, like a sort of tutorial file, community file that you can open. And in this file, you will see that there are 2 samples of frames that are built with auto layout directly. And basically, almost all the capabilities that you have in our platform are going to be available for you directly into Figma. So the plugin will detect that I have 2 frames built with auto layout, and as soon as I'm selecting them, automatically the code is generated for them. And not only the code is generated, but you can see the full project, how it would be exported. You can export it to like a code sandbox to inspect the code in real time. So let's take a look at that. And you can also export it to directly on Vercel. So you could basically build prototypes and just send them into the cloud. And there are some cool things too, which is that the plugin comes with a preview mode, and in this preview mode, basically you have a browser directly rendered into the plugin that will show you the project that you've just built. So you see that here I can switch from one frame to the other, and this is because if you're using the prototype capabilities in Figma, you can just hook things together. So that's quite cool. Like if you're a Figma user and if you use auto layout, this can speed up your development like nuts. And in a few days from now, you'll be able to export directly into the playground. So you can build all your designs in Figma, use auto layout, and then when you click export, and they're directly injected into the playground, and then you can continue your experience in the way you've seen it during all this webinar. So I'm going to just share the link towards that plugin in case you would be interested to know more. So it's here, and I'll put it into our chat. And yeah, to take a look, take them for a spin. And yeah, basically, I think in the next 2 months, we are going to finalize the loose ends of our beta and all the experiments that we've done. And the ecosystem will be quite solid and consistent. And we would definitely love to have feedback from you if you decide to try it out. So I think I answered all the questions. I don't know if there are other questions. But yes, basically, for the winners, we would need to have the emails with which they have their accounts. How do you want to do that, Albert, or how should we do that? I cannot hear you, Albert. Is it just me?
It's also us.
Okay. So maybe you can write us into the chat. Your microphone seems to be on. What I will do is I will drop here our email. This is for all the winners. Please send us an email so that we can know who you were, and in that way we can tag your accounts to become lifetime deals when this is going on. Okay. Well, I hope everybody's hearing what I'm saying. Okay. So, Albert, if there are no other questions, I think this can be a wrap up. Okay. So, yes, thank you for joining this webinar. We really appreciate your time, and we are really looking forward to your feedback. That's the most useful thing for us, and we can wait to talk to you again. And if you want, just join the Discord server. You have the link here, or you can join it from the platform. And I can wait to see what you're going to do with the platform. Thank you for that. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.